Nothing is more satisfying than hitting a long iron. I'm going to give you the ultimate in satisfaction. I have plucked from the heady heights of the Precision Golf Workshop a 1 iron. Yes, a 1 iron. It's a golf club that is the extreme when it comes to hitting long irons. But what I wanted to do is bring you the ultimate guide to hitting long irons. Let's get one out the bag and let's just have a little look at what we're going to see in terms of a ball flight. So a pretty well struck shot there. We've got some angles of attack, 1 degree up. I've got a neutral path line with a neutral face to path as well. And already you can see there's quite a lot of bend in the sky. Now for me as a low ball hitter, it makes me want to hit up on the golf shot. Now because of the way I grip the golf club, strong grip, it means that the dynamic loft is on the low side. Now the history of golfers with long irons is that they try to do exactly that. They try to hit up on the golf ball, because as soon as you look down, and especially with a 1 iron, when you look down on an iron shot that has, or an iron golf club that has no loft on it, it immediately makes you feel like hitting up, and depending on how you perceive up, whether it is sitting back and up, or whether it is unloading the golf club like I've talked about in so many of my videos, either of those two things will be in an effort to get the ball more flighted. So if I now create very similar data with path line and face to path, but this time I'm going to hit down on it. So I'm going to hit down on that, very neutral in path line. Now you can see golf ball really hasn't taken off. And this is the point that when a long iron is in the hands of most golfers, it is the issue of hitting down and getting ball flight. Now the problem is that for most golfers, when the club speed is so low, and when I mean low, I mean sub 80 miles an hour for a long iron, you are always going to battle to create flight. Because when you hit down, you take loft off. Then if you've got a neutral face to path, you take even more loft off than what you would like to see. So if I now hit down and have a more open face to path, so I've hit down way more and I've now got an open face to path, you can now see I've actually got some launch in the sky. This is better. I've now got flight. Now what I want to do is go and get that ball even more flighted with still the same amount of angle of attack. Now, here's where we're going to start to contradict oneself. Sit yourself down, have a cup of tea, because I don't like doing this, but look, in an aid to get you hitting long irons, I'm going to make your grip weaker. Yes, weaker. Thumb down the middle. Right hand on top. It is as weak as it gets, people. Or if you've been in certain camps with golf coaching, it's the neutral grip. And then what you're going to try to do is you're going to then try to create some loft on the way back, and then you're going to try and get the loft of the face looking back at us. And it's almost the sense of a bunker shot, increasing the loft on the way back, so that when you come down, when you're unloading the face, and when I mean unloading the face, a little bit of flip, you'll then start to create more ball flight. A little bit out the toe there, not the nicest of strikes, but all of a sudden, yes, the face to path was open at 4 degrees, but I've hit down at 1.5, you can see I've started to get more flight. Going to go weak grip again. I'm going to try and square this up if I can. I'm going to keep the face open. I'm going to keep working pressure onto my left toe, and I'm going to try and unload the golf club as best I can. Flight. So still didn't quite get it back, but I'm trying to throw the club head out there. Still got a decent amount of flight. You're seeing the problems with long irons. They're hard to hit. And this is a 1 iron. This is the ultimate. This is right out the top drawer. I'm going to go back to my usual grip. Now I'm going to feel how I can get some pressure down on the handle, get that cup of my left wrist down through strike in an effort to get a little bit more flight on the golf ball. That wasn't too bad, bit off the bottom of the face. Hit down, 2.8 open. So I'm having to balance up the hit down, and I'm trying to balance up the face to path whilst getting flight. I could easily get this golf ball coming out with a cheeky little draw, but you can see it's as useful as a chocolate teacup because it's not flighted. It's just horrible. But that is the modern day golf club, or should I say modern day dynamics with old golf clubs. This club with very little loft provides very little in the way of flexibility. So when you think about what a long iron is, it is not a golf club that's going to create some sort of scoring opportunity. What it is going to offer you is an opportunity to get the ball going out there fairly straight, and a club that's going to push the ball down the fairway. Don't be seeing this golf club as a club that is going to allow you to really have some decent scores, because really it's just the club to get the ball in play. And even if I were to use it, it certainly wouldn't make me feel a whole lot of fun about my golf game. Half a degree up, close face to path, and a horrid little flight. Of course, this is the extreme. This is a 1 iron. So if there were some keys to playing long irons, if you have to, is you would have to go slightly weaker on your grip. This is depending on the swing speed. If you are sub 80 miles an hour swing speed. If you're tired of paying too much for premium leather golf gloves, do head over and check out my channel sponsor, GX Golf Gloves. These gloves are trusted by elite, amateurs and tour players alike. Use my code GOODCOACHING to receive 10% on your next order. Slightly weaker with your grip. Add a bit more cupping on the way back. And down at the bottom of the golf ball, you're trying to make the head feel like it swings as hard as possible so that you can have some chance of getting the golf ball flighted. That's the best I've got, people. Thank goodness I don't use a 1 iron anymore. Hopefully that's been of some use. And I think you'll find that's good coaching.